Another thing I want to talk about in this module is the use of GitHub. Now, GitHub has become a very common way of storing your files. So if you make your script files, you've gone to the trouble of creating nicely formed code, it looks professional. Then the next step is to save that code someplace that you can access it, and other people on the team can access it too. I mean, one of the reasons why you take the time to go through it and make your code look more professional so other people can work with it, of course, including yourself in the future. GitHub is a great place to store those files, and it's become kind of a standard in the industry. If you'd like to see a decent article, I think you'll find this one's pretty good. It's very short too, which is always a favorite of mine. Something that actually is good and short like that. So you can see it's not very long. It kind of goes through a little bit of the history and the basics of how it works. Definitely worth your time to look at. Give it a shot. But here's the basic highlights. You would go through and create an account. So I'd create an account off the GitHub site. And this is pretty easy to do. The first step is just to go out, let's see, where are you? Go out to github.com and make an account. Now, once you've made this account, it looks like I'm already logged in. I'm logged in as Randall's test student. Once you've made this account, you'll be able to go ahead and create new projects. And once you create a new project, you'll give it a name of some type. You'll be able to upload files. You actually should put something useful in here, but I'm not going to at the moment. Now, the reason for that is when you use the README file option, and you do want to use this. So you want to use this part here, put a good name in there, use this part, put a good description here, and initialize the repository with the README. You want to choose that. Once you see OK, then you can start uploading files. As you can see, the README down here has the name of the project you're working on, /repository or something, and then the brief description. So it's important to have a good name and description that people can understand, including yourself, again in the future. And after that, you can upload files. Uploading files is really easy. Click on that button. We'll ask you to choose a file or just drag and drop it in. One thing to note is that you have to hit commit in order for it to take effect. So if you drag and drop a file in here and you forget to hit commit, it's not going to work. You have to, it's not a big deal, you just have to do it again. So here I've got a file, a Power BI file, and I pull up, hitting commit, it's not going to help me. Or excuse me, if I don't hit commit, it's not going to work. I'll go back over here. It doesn't have a problem navigating, it doesn't warn me, but I also don't get my file. If it's the first time you're setting up a account, you'll have to go through and verify your email. Not a big deal, but something you should be aware of. Let's see here. So first time you try to make a project, again, it'll on a brand new account, it'll ask you to verify it, and it will just simply show up as, verify your email. So simple email from them like this. Click on that and it'll verify it, and at that point you can proceed. Later, after you've uploaded files, if you want to, you can go ahead and click on the file. So if I go ahead and click on this file, I can copy the link and email it to somebody quite simply by just going through and saying, well, go to this file to look at it or review it or whatever. And as you can see, the actual links are really quite smart. Let me go back there. And really quite smart. I mean, they're your name plus the project name, and then after that a slash and the file name. So really quite easy to figure out. It's a well done system, and I think you'll find it's pretty easy to work with. You'll need to take some time, obviously, to kind of mess around with that. Part of the assignment this week will be watching a couple of videos on this, especially if you haven't worked with this before. If you've worked with it for a while, obviously you can kind of skip the videos. But for most people, get back here, I would recommend they take a little time in the assignment looking this up, because you'll find that most employers want you to be able to understand how Git works. And they also want your code to look nice, like having, well-designed and organized scripts uploaded to GitHub. It's a winning combination.